Hello, welcome back to my channel. Today we're talking about what's the expected value and variance of R square if I randomly pick an independent variable x. So by the way, R square is how much a model can explain the dependent variable y. So in this case, single variable regression is being used. So I think this question makes a lot of sense because it gives me a basic understanding of how much R square we will have if we blindly pick an independent variable x. Before we go to the math part, my intuition is to guess the expected value of the R square should be equal to 0 because you don't do any research before, you just blindly pick one. So for example, if x and y do not have any causality relationship, or in this case I take an example of how many hair you lost every day versus the Bitcoin market. So which means that there should be no relationship between them. And this video is a little bit different from the previous video. I do not deduct the formula by myself, and I use the formula from Stack Exchange and Wikipedia. The basic idea that I want to solve this problem is to know if R square follows any existing distribution. So if it has some existing distribution, it makes our problem easier. And this is from Wikipedia. R square has some relationship with F distribution, here in this case, and also F distribution also has some relationship between beta distribution. So finally we get R square is a beta distribution. And a K here is the number of variables including the constant term. So in this case, if we have only one x, K will be equal to 2. And N is the number of observations. Alright, so let's go into the characteristic of beta distribution. So in this case, alpha is equal to k minus 1 divided by 2, where k equal to 2, so alpha here is 1/2, and beta here is n minus 2 divided by 2. So we can see the expected value of R square will be equal to alpha divided by alpha plus beta, which here equal to 1 over n minus 1. If the number of observations is very large, if the n is very large, the expected value of R square goes closely to 0, which is a proof of my intuition. Yes, the expected value of R square equal to 0, so there's no explaining power of your x. Another question that I want to know is that I want to know the variance of the variance of the R square, because I want to know if I randomly pick another x, whether R square would change a lot from 0. So variance of R square for beta distribution is like this one. Alright, so similarly to expected value of R square, if the number of observations is very large, because the numerator is around 1/2 of beta, and your denominator is in the scale of beta cubic. So if the beta is very large, the variance of R square will also goes to 0. So in summary, if people blindly choose a variable, in most cases this variable would not have any correlation or explaining power for your dependent variable y. Okay, that's all for today's video, and thanks for watching. If you like my video, please give me a thumb up and subscribe my channel. For more details, please check the GitHub website, and thanks for watching, and see you next time.